Welcome, my beloveds, to Water of Spirit. I am Camara. I'm a psychic medium gifted with divine hearing and seeing, and this space is for channeled messages from my ancient, cosmic, and earthly ancestors. Here, we're going to honor only those who sit at the feet of Spirit, the ones who walk in truth, protection, and divine alignment. Every message that you hear is going to most likely be a ripple that's meant to uh, be received by those who are the relatives of this ancestor. So know that you should only take what resonates for you and what doesn't leave to another lineage. Let's start with our opening affirmation. May the clear waters of spirit carry only truth within us. May our ancestors speak with love and wisdom. May we remember who we are, of water and spirit. Now let's listen to what the ancestors are whispering today. We have 3 piles, and the message that was called for me for this reading was a message from your grandmother. Grandmother energy. Now, if you have a grandmother that's still in this living realm, don't worry. It could be a grandmother, a great great grandmother, a grandmother unknown. We have many grandmothers. So take a moment to choose your pile. There are 3 groups: group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. The timestamps are going to be in the description box below, my honeys, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you. Hello, group number 1. You chose this image of this grandmother. Let's turn over and see what the opening message is. Clarity. Be your own healer. Honor the passing of time and the wisdom it bestows. Accept earthly mortality. Celebrate immortal spirit. Connect to the land. Beautiful. You know, as I see these messages, the one that sticks out to me is to be your own healer. I also am getting from this ancestor that this is a message that's most likely for an older energy. It doesn't mean it's not for you if you feel drawn to it in other ways, but you may be someone who's over the age of 40. Maybe you're in your 40s, your 50s, maybe even your 60s, or later. But I'm really getting that this might be a message for someone who's more in the maturity of life. I also get from the second message here, there is something about you honoring the wisdom that you have within you. It's about you honoring all of the experiences that have brought you to this place so far. And there is something about accepting where you are right now. I'm hearing from this ancestor that someone watching this pile may feel like life has passed them by concerning maybe a relationship or concerning maybe their career. And this ancestor is saying you are much more worthy than you even think, maybe even believe. You have so much knowledge and so much wisdom, I'm hearing. And they say that nothing is ever too late for you, especially if you want to pursue maybe a different career or you want to pursue going back to school. This ancestor is saying, don't let your maybe conditioning I'm hearing over time, distract you from pursuing your dreams. You have the right to pursue dreams at all stages of your life. So let's see what the opening message is for you. Yeah, this ancestor's pointing to you having some kind of focus right now. Things that you're dreaming about. It's almost as if you're dreaming about a different life. And these ancestors are saying they carry you in this beautiful, it looks like a beautiful web, doesn't it? It's like a beautiful web has you being held, this ancestor says, this ancestral grandmother. Yeah. This ancestral grandmother is saying here that if it is a relationship that you felt like maybe you stayed in for too long, maybe it was a relationship that in the end you had to understand that that relationship was for a season, and maybe you weren't happy in that entire relationship, but it is now coming to a close for some of you, this grandmother is saying. And you're not going to believe it, but you're getting ready to experience a very divine, sacred union with someone that maybe you thought at this point in your life you would never find. But they're saying, yeah, you're getting ready to manifest someone very kind, someone who you'll be very connected to. They're showing me at the crown chakra level, meaning you both have the same kind of intellect. You both see the world in the same kind of way. There's something about your crown chakras showing how aligned you are. I keep hearing at the intellect, Wow. So grandmother came out again. For some of you, this really is your grandmother talking to you right now. And we also have the mineral, which is solidness. This grandmother, your grandmother is saying, group number one, that you have so much grace from all the lessons you've learned in life, and that you deserve to find love in whatever form you need to find it in. Because this grandmother is saying, if you feel like your identity has even changed over the years, don't feel stuck with having to prove, or I don't know. They're saying something about, like, for some of you watching this group, maybe you are thinking about doing something different when it comes to your relationships. And this grandmother wants you to know that you have the full blessings of your ancestors to pursue love the way that you want to pursue it. And for some of you, you may be part of LGBTQIA community, but you don't have to be. But this grandmother is saying, even if you're contemplating trying new relationships, or you feel like you've found someone, but it's a different kind of relationship. For some of you, maybe you've never dated anyone outside of your culture, outside of your race. And this grandmother is saying too, that your ancestors accept whoever is going to love you the way they love you. There's something very solid about this relationship that's coming towards you. It's like this grandmother is saying this person is like the salt of the earth, which is kind of a very old saying, like someone who's very solid, someone who this person might be an earth sign, by the way, but it is someone who they feel like you can depend on. And they're saying, you've needed this in your life. Too much of your life you've had to carry on your own back this grandmother is saying. And they feel like you deserve, because it's funny because it's like I hear a grandmother, but I hear several grandmothers. So for some of you, if you have two grandmothers that are in the ancestral realm, I think they're both kind of speaking at once, like I'm hearing them both. And they're both saying, "You're such a beautiful woman." I don't know why I'm hearing it that way. You could be of another gender, but specifically for whoever I'm calling a woman, your grandmother is saying, "You're so beautiful. You've gotten only beautiful the older you've gotten." Some of you may think that you've lost your looks as you've gotten older, and they're saying, "No, you're more beautiful, you're more graceful." And this is what this grace is going to attract this partner to you. They're saying that they have another message for you. They say, make it your mission to accept all parts of you, the good and what you perceive to be your imperfections. Don't look for any outside validation. It's already within you. Once you realize your true beauty and potential, you'll never doubt yourself again. This is so beautiful and so aligned to what they have been saying, that you are perfect as you are. You do not need to, I'm hearing them say, you do not need to lose weight unless that's something you want to do. You do not need to gain weight unless that's something you want to do. They're saying, in any way that you want to change yourself, make sure it's just for you. It's not to prove to anyone how beautiful you are, because you already are that. And they're saying this person is going to find you as that. They want me to tell you a little bit about this person. So I'm getting a deck that I didn't put out. So one moment, because they're showing me the deck even. They're like, no, we want to tell you a little bit about this person coming towards you, because they're saying right now you're listening to this and you may not even be believing that this is going to be your person, but they're saying they approve of this person. They said that they've been talking to this person's ancestors. Oh, they're so cute. They're saying that they approve of this union. They may have even in some way had a hand in you both meeting. That's interesting. What do you want to tell them about this person, grandmother? What do you want to tell group number 1 about this person? Ooh, a lot. But we're going to ask them for just like a very shorter description. They said this person is very wise. For some of you, this is a person who you will grow with. If you are in the LGBTQIA community, then this person is very much, this image is the embodiment, the grandmother said, of your person. They're very wise. They're very clairvoyant, your grandmother is saying. And if you're not part of LGBTQIA community, they said that this person they are very on point. They said this person is in hermit energy. And they're saying that this person, they meditate a lot. They're very deeply into their spirituality either way. They're both energies are kind of, they emanate that same kind of very spiritual, very wise person. If you resonate with this group, this could be someone who's very nature based. They may have some indigenous background in even in their practices, they may practice a very earth-based religion. If you resonate with this card, the Hermit, they say that this person takes long pilgrimages. They're very dedicated to their practice. And when you meet this person, it's so funny because they're so cute. Your grandmothers, they're like, when you meet this person, it's only because we drag them out of their meditative cave. They're like, listen, this person, their ancestors said, hey, you spend too much time in isolation, even though it's to connect with spirit. This person is going to feel, oh, this is beautiful, because what they're telling me and they're reminding me of is this story from. The Hindu Shiva and Shakti's story, because Shiva's first wife was Parvati, I believe. And they're reminding me of that story where she died and then Shiva went into a deep meditative state. So, this person, I'm just kind of remembering the story now. This person may have have lost their previous partner, and this person decided to dedicate a lot of their life to their own spiritual growth. Um, and they're saying so much so in a way that they kind of just isolated themselves. And when you meet this person, it is so very much going to be by the winds of the ancestors, they're telling me, because this person does not go out much. They're a little bit more isolated. And when they see you, kind of like the story of Shiva and Shakti, is that, you know, when Shakti tries to get Shiva's attention in the story, there may be something there where you're going to feel an attraction to this person first. And this person may still be in their kind of meditative, unaware state. And then when they connect with you, they realize that you carry the same energy of their previous partner. It's not like what they're looking for, but there's something about you that's very much related to their previous partner. Not in a your grandmothers are saying, not in a toxic way. It's just that it's something in your energy, maybe your kindness, really your grace, they're telling me, is going to awaken this person, and they are going to finally understand something that they have been seeking in their meditation, maybe even understanding how they can open their heart again. It's a very beautiful story. They said if this card resonates with you, because they do want to talk about this person as well, this energy as well. And these cards can also intermingle. They said the energies are really, the images are just the energies. But they are saying that if this is a feminine kind of embodied person, this person too has dedicated a lot of their life to their community, helping their community to heal, helping their community to reconnect. I'm hearing, especially this is relevant if they're Indigenous, helping their community reconnect to their traditions. This person is very revered in their community. And your grandmothers are saying that, wow, this person may see you coming, have already had a vision or a dream about you. And this is how they will know you, maybe before you know them. So that's interesting. I mean, one energy, you will know them before they know you. They will know you before you know them. They would have seen you already, and they would have seen that you both have great work to do together. I think in this pile, there is some resonance and crossover with you both working together. In this pile, it's much more about you both having a heart awakening at a later age. For both of you, for both energies, the grandmothers are saying they fully, wholeheartedly agree with these unions. They said that you deserve to live the rest of your life in love, in care, in nurturing. So I really love this for you, group number one. It's so beautiful. Please leave a comment or if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up. This is my very first video on this channel. So let me know if you are resonating with my readings, and the grandmothers really wish you a very beautiful, joyful union. Take care, my honeys. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is a message from a grandmother energy. Now, group number 1 had a few grandmothers show up, and that was really beautiful. So let's see what your grandmother energy has for you, group number 2. You pick this card, Magic. It says, trust your inner wisdom. Take time for introspection. Explore etheric realms. Your spirit is immortal. Beautiful. And I'm being told to just show this image to you a little bit more. Wow. There's so much there, but what's sticking out to me is this peacock. And it's interesting because then there's this crow and then there's this owl. Some of you in this group might be an air sign. You don't have to be. You could be in air sign energy, which means that you are maybe thinking a lot about things. You have more of maybe strategies that you've been thinking about lately. There's something that you've been trying to figure out, which is why I really am honing in to trust your inner wisdom. Your grandmothers are saying here that there is something you are trying to decide. And while they feel like you could intellectually solve this problem, they're also saying there are other ways and other parts of yourself that hold wisdom as well. They said, let's go to the opening card. What wisdom does this grandmother's have for you? Virtual fog. Very interesting. You know, this is going to be very specific, but this grandmother is saying for group number 2 that you've been looking for your answers online in the virtual community. And they're saying not everything that you hear online is true. I don't know why they need to say that to you, but this grandmother, she's saying everything that you are encountering and reading, not everything is true. This grandmother is saying right now, especially, there is so much false information going around. And in some ways, they feel like while you feel like you're trying to understand things through this virtual online world, they want you to explore the etheric realms. Very interesting. This grandmother wants you to explore etheric realms when it comes to the answer that you seek. This grandmother says it could sneak up on you just how much time you spend online, like how much time you're looking for answers in bites. But this is interesting. You have the Father, which is authority, and you have the Artisan card, which is craftsmanship. This grandmother is saying that this card is not necessarily about your father, but it could mean that it's related to how you look at authority figures. Like, whose wisdom are you giving authority to? And there's something here that this grandmother is urging you to do, which is to be in your unique creativity. Maybe some of you in group number 2 are looking for things that sell, looking to do the things that everyone else is doing that's successful. And this grandmother is saying, you could take all these coaching classes and do all of these workshops, but they're saying here that authority is you're giving it away. Like your creativity is being kind of dampened by who you give authority to. And that really just means, group number 2, that who you say is the expert. And they're saying right now that you should trust your inner wisdom because you are the expert. And there's something here about you being able to craft the next big goals in your life. You can do that. And you could be an artist. You could be thinking about a different direction with your creativity. But it also could mean, in general, that you are looking for a new life, a new way of doing things. And this grandmother is saying, you have the skills, you have the craftsmanship. Like in craftsmanship, really, when we speak of craftsmanship, it's not only about being good at your craft, it's about being dedicated to it. It's about becoming the expert. And your grandmother is saying, you are that expert. You are the one who can, and maybe you are the only one who can really tell you just how unlimited your creativity can be. They want you to, these grandmothers, they want you to expand your vision of what you can do. They want you to not cling to just one idea, but to go out and really expose yourself to a lot of different ideas, because that's going to give you the inspiration, group number 2. They have a message for you. What is your message, grandmothers? What areas of your life are you avoiding? Are they causing you upset, worry, disrupted sleep? If so, these are the areas you need to focus on. As much as you don't want to, it is necessary. Tackle your demons head on. Don't allow them to rule you for a second longer. They're saying this is very much related to that virtual fog. Maybe some of you in this group too have been distracted by social media or watching TV, movies, things of that nature, anything virtual. They're kind of like, if you get back to your craft, if you stay consistent, you really are going to become an expert of the things that you do. But right now, you might be distracting yourself for some reason. And they're just letting you know that it's time to trust yourself. It's time to go deep within and figure out why this distraction is even in play in your life. Maybe there's something you really do need to sort out. And if you are avoiding some kind of issue in your healing process, they're like, maybe it's time for you to tackle it. Maybe it's time for you to really get to the place where you can craft your own life, where you can become the authority of your own life. For some of you, it does have to do with a father wound. Maybe not always thinking you're good enough. Maybe you were raised without a father, and that's left a bit of a wound or a gap in your life. So this grandmother figure is saying you are so much more than you give yourself credit for. They said a couple more cards here. Yeah, some of you, they're saying, do not feel like you are getting the most out of your goals. You don't feel like you're aligned with the things that you're trying to build in your life. It feels difficult and challenging right now. And you're wondering what you need to do to become more successful. Here's the sun upright and the wheel. They say your time on the wheel is here. even though you may have been experiencing some challenges, especially if it comes to work. And they're saying these challenges are getting ready to fade because the sun is here for you. You're going to, they're saying, this grandmother's saying, you're about to realize great visibility. It's almost as if the heavens, people are going to feel like the people who are going to discover you, because I really feel like you're going to be discovered. This is interesting, group number two. The grandmothers are saying, you're about to be discovered, and people are going to feel like the heavens opened up, like, where has this person been our whole life? And you're going to feel this, especially you're going to feel the wheel of your life begin to turn. It's going to be a life that is embraced by others. Your work is going to be embraced by others. Many of you are some kind of artist or maker. You can even be someone uh, who cooks food, or you're like a chef or something. There's something that you make, and it is about to be discovered, and people are going to be like, "Where have you been?" It's almost like you are going to realize people will have been looking for you, not people online, not people who call themselves the experts, but you. Group number two. And this grandmother is saying, "Be ready." Get ready, so be ready so you don't have to get ready. That's what I'm hearing one of the grandmothers say. They're like, there is an opportunity coming your way, and you're sitting here trying to compare your lives to other people, maybe not life, but compare your creations to other people. And the grandmothers are like, you don't need to do that. There is something coming your way, and people are going to be like, literally, they keep pointing to this figure with the arms open, like, wow, where have you been? Group number two. But it really is true. Like, they're like saying these people are going to be amazed, like, when they see your work, when they hear about the things that you're doing. They're going to be like, oh my god, I've been looking all over for someone like you. So that is what we have, group number two. I'm very happy for you, because this sounds like, while you have been distracted with thinking, oh, am I good enough, you're going to meet people who are going to be like, wow, you're more than good enough. You are everything we've ever dreamed of. So take that with you. It was very good to hear from your grandmothers. They're so divine, and I love how they describe that sun. So please, if you resonated, give it a thumbs up. This is my first reading on this channel, so let me know how I did, and I look forward to seeing you in other readings. Please consider subscribing if you want to stay connected. All right, my honeys, take care. Hello, group number three. This is Camara of Water and Spirit, and you chose this image. And this is a message from your grandmother, or grandmother as it's turning out. So you got emotion. It says, practice radical honesty, connect with your intuition, release control and judgment. Your actions impact the world. Respond rather than react. Allow emotion. What's sticking out to me here, group number three, is practice radical honesty. There's something that your grandmothers want to talk to you about when it comes to that. They're saying to pick one of these oracle cards first before they want to say more. What do you want to say, my grandmother spirits? Yeah. We have golden treasures here. They're saying here that you have a lot of talents and skills. And sometimes they think that you feel more comfortable playing small. The grandmothers are saying that you are so really out there. I'm getting like your energy, group number three. The grandmothers are saying you're so I don't know why they're saying you're so explosive with your creativity. Like, and this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be an artist, but they're just saying your ideas are so explosive. Like you're very envied for the ideas that you have. You're very envied for the way that you can just create your life over and over again. And they're saying that sometimes people don't even understand your process. And because you get that misunderstanding, you feel like, oh, I'm too much. Oh, I've got to shrink. Oh, I've got to keep my ideas to myself. And these grandmothers are saying, no, they want you to understand that you shouldn't have to be always the smartest one in the room. That's interesting. They're saying that you need, wow, they are kind of saying you need to consider being in places where people are a little bit more elevated. They said right now that you're kind of in a place where there's a lot of dense energy. Like there's just a lot of people who don't understand you. They don't seem to like even want to understand you. This is very deep. They're saying that you deserve to be around people who respect you. That's very interesting. And respect your ideas and the way that you think. Some of you may be neurospicy, neurodivergent, even. And they're saying, you need to be around people who are open to not only open to your ideas, but like people who can understand your ideas. I don't know why, but they're just saying you're not in a space where people get you. Oh, wow. This card came out in group number 2. So if you were interested in group number 2, just letting you know. But, you know, they may not understand the way that you create because it's so like, here's where your grandmothers are kind of showing me a picture of Basquiat. If you've ever heard of Basquiat, the artist, he's no longer alive, but he's very famous. Like he was around when Andy Warhol was around as well. And Andy Warhol, they're even showing me. They're like, these are artists that not everybody understood in the beginning. They were so different, so out there. And your grandmothers are saying you create just like that as well. Whether you are an artist, an artisan, like there's something that you do that is so phenomenal that I think it's so different that a lot of people that you're with right now, your grandmothers are like, they don't get you because they don't even have the capacity. Like you need to understand that. And I guess they're even saying they want you to stick to what you're doing unless it's something that you feel like you want to change, not because others don't understand it, not because others are too small to even get what you're trying to do. Some of you have very beautiful messages that are, if you're a writer, you write about some really beautiful things and maybe you use symbolic language. If you're an artist, a painter, maybe you paint things that people don't immediately understand. And your grandmothers are saying, some of this is because you are not in the right circles. Like you need to be around people who are curious about you. They don't have to understand everything you're doing, but they're curious. They want to know how you think, how you create. And your grandmothers are saying, you deserve this. You deserve to be embraced by people who really have a genuine curiosity and really authentically care about you, like you. Right now, I think there's something your grandmothers are just like not liking how you're getting treated, especially in regards to your work, your creations. Group number 3. They have a message for you. They said resilience is one of the strongest qualities you have. It's gotten you through many trials and tribulations in the past, and it will continue to do so. Lean on your inner tower of strength anytime that you need it. You've got this. Some of you, your grandmothers are saying maybe you're hesitating about um, putting your work out there to be more visible. So they're saying, do it, because you need to attract in your world people who understand you. I keep hearing that loud and clear from the grandmothers. They're like, no, you need to attract people who are going to help you with this work. Yeah, right now they're showing a Five of Swords in reverse, and they're wanting you to come out of spaces where people feel like they need to compete with you all the time, even though they don't even understand what you're doing. They'd rather compete with you. They'd rather, in some cases, try to take your ideas and make it seem like your ideas aren't great, but then they're willing to steal those ideas. That's for someone very specific. But your grandmothers are saying, yeah, that sometimes you, because of a result of maybe someone trying to like steal your ideas or kind of take your idea, it's maybe have you hold back with this Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's kind of made you hold back on presenting your ideas, but your grandmothers are showing me you're explosive with ideas. Group number 3, they're like, you're none like no other. And they're saying here that you just need to be very careful who you choose to befriend. We have Two of Cups in reverse as well. Be very careful who you choose to partner with. Be very careful who you choose to collaborate with, because there is something about someone that you have been working with, especially if they have kind of borrowed your ideas in the past. This is where this grandmother is saying, I don't know about this partnership or collaboration. And so they, what do you want final message from the grandmother? Um okay. Yeah, they're saying, this is a beautiful time for you to. Temperance is not only about balance, but it's also about who's pouring into your cup while you're pouring into theirs. Your grandmothers are wanting you, group number 3, to make sure there's reciprocity in your relationships. And when you do that, you'll be able to water your ideas freely. But if you feel like you can't share your ideas with someone around you right now, group number 3, your grandmothers are saying it's that person. It's that energy. Like, make sure that it's okay for you to step out of circles that don't respect you, because you are going to find the ones that really do. So this is what I have for you, group number 3. Your grandmothers were so like earnest in getting this to you, because they're saying, remember, you are this creative genius. That's what they want to say. They're like, you're a creative genius, and creative genius is not always meant to be understood by the masses. Like eventually the masses may understand your creative genius, but right now you need to be in places where you can expand, explore, test your edges. And the current environment you're in right now isn't really holding that for you. So, group number 3, please give it a thumbs up if you resonate with this message. I really do appreciate your comments. This channel is about feathering the messages and communications from our ancestors. So, this is my very first reading on this channel, and let me know how I did. I really appreciate you all. Take care.